Well, it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, 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 bye. You don't want to be saying that to your cruise ship when they leave you in the next port. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle. Welcome back to Diaz on Deck Travel. I want to talk to you today about 7 things that you don't want to do on your next cruise because you do not want to be left in the next port, finding your own way back to your hometown, or put on house arrest where they put a security guard outside your cabin and bring you food and you're stuck in there for the duration of your cruise, or be put in the ship's jail. So let's talk about that. And first, I want to talk about some current cruise news. It looks like the FBI has named Anna Kepner's brother, her stepbrother, as the main suspect in her passing. For those of you who don't know, Anna is an 18-year-old that passed away on the Carnival Horizon in November. She was traveling with her family, and she was found unalived under her bed by a room steward. Very sad story. We know that the FBI hasn't made any arrests as of yet, but you know, they like to dot their I's and cross their T's. So I will keep you posted on that. Also, talking about some of these 7 things that you don't want to do on your next cruise, I'm going to tell you a couple funny stories that go along with some of these. But I also want to talk to you about Michael Virgil and how number 1 and number 2 in this list kind of relate to that story. For those of you who don't know, Michael Virgil passed away over the summer on a Royal Caribbean cruise while he was in custody. So his family is now suing the cruise line, stating that he was served 33 alcoholic beverages prior to them leaving the port, which followed up with him acting aggressively. There's a viral video where he's pounding on his cabin door because it's not ready yet. And, you know, that behavior, it was due to the fact that he was super intoxicated. So it'll be interesting to see how this lawsuit plays out against the cruise line. But the first thing I want to talk about is number 1, getting intoxicated. If you are found to be intoxicated in an extreme fashion, they will put you in your room with a security guard outside, or worse yet, if it continues to keep happening, they will put you off in the next port. You could even be detained in the ship's jail. So getting super intoxicated. I cannot wait to see how this plays out because of the fact that your drinks are tracked. Everything's tracked on your little account card. And so I am really curious to see if that in fact happened. And if it did, oh boy, watch out. There's going to be it's going to hit the fan. Okay. Number 2, aggressive behavior. Aggressive behavior can be exacerbated by the fact that you are intoxicated. But, you know, if you're being aggressive towards crew members or you're being aggressive towards other passengers, they will take note of that. Remember, there's over 2,000 cameras on these ships. They can see what's happening. So remember, do not be aggressive and start fighting with anybody. I mean, you're on a cruise. It's a great vacation. Why are you being aggressive and fighting? Have a good time. Let loose, but not too loose. Okay. Number 3, smoking where it's prohibited. There are designated spots on the ship for you to smoke. Some of them are outside. I know that inside it's mainly the casino unless otherwise designated, but there is a reason for these designated spots, and that is to avoid any fires at sea if somebody flicks a bud off, you know, a balcony or some other place where it could blow back and cause a fire. Fire at sea is very, very bad. Number 4, disrupting the crew and refusing safety instructions. I'm going to come back and tell you a little story about that, but you need to muster. You need to respect the crew. They are there to do a job and they are there to protect you. So when you are sailing, you must muster. Do not be one of those 400 people who haven't gone to the muster drill and you're now delaying the ship sailing. Yes, I say that because I've been on the ships and they're calling out people's names who need to report. So do that, get it over with, It takes a few minutes. It's something you do on your phone. It's so much easier than it used to be. So remember to follow those instructions. 5, illegal substances. There is a zero tolerance policy on the cruise ship. So if gummies, edibles, smokes, whatever illegal substance is allowed in your state, do not bring it with you. It is not allowed on cruise ships. Number 6, stealing. Stealing in any way is prohibited. Stealing could be booking your cruise with a fraudulent credit card. Stealing could be stealing from another passenger. Stealing could also happen in a gift shop. None of it is tolerated. It's not worth losing your cruise over, because I'm sure not only would they put you off in the next port, I'm pretty sure you're going to get banned for life. So don't do it. Number 7, which is a crazy one that I have a crazy story to tell you about, but don't throw anything overboard. And they mean anything. It's to protect the oceans, but it's also to protect the passengers, like where I was telling you about flicking a cigarette butt over the balcony. So I'm going to tell you a funny little story about not throwing things overboard. It was a year or two ago. I was on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and we got to our room. We were doing our unpacking, and we were busy. And I saw something out on the balcony, and I thought, oh, that looks like a dead fish. I have no idea why I thought it was a dead fish. It was colorful, so I don't know. I thought it was a dead fish. But I didn't do anything about it. We left the cabin. We went about, embarkation day, doing all the fun things. And then the next morning when I went out to the balcony, I remembered it was there. So I get a closer look, and it was a poor little bird. He had flown into the glass, and I guess he, offed himself accidentally. And so my first impulse was, I'm just going to pick him up with a glove and throw him off. But then I remembered, don't throw anything overboard. So I called security and said, hey, we got a dead bird on the balcony. Can, somebody come up and do something with it? We can't use the balcony. Yes, we're coming up. So this poor lady from security comes up. She's got no glove, no paper towel, nothing. And I even offered her one. She picks up the dead bird with her bare hand and just parades it through my room. And as she's walking, I'm spraying behind her with Lysol because, ew, that's gross. And yes, at least they got rid of it. But honestly, my first inclination was, I'm just going to flick it overboard. But you can't do that. So remember that. Also, when it comes to following safety and muster drills, okay. So very traumatizing. Way back when I first started cruising, I think it was my first cruise. It was on Carnival's Imagination. And I had been on a cruise before with a friend of mine, and it was a work trip. And she was learning about the ship because she had just become a booking agent. And so I was there as a +1, and we didn't have to do any of the standard, muster drill and life jacket drill, as they called it back then. We just sailed out to nowhere. They opened up gambling, and we came back later that night. So I didn't think anything of it. When I was on my first real cruise, they announced the muster drill. And me and my travel partner at that time were like, yeah, we're not gonna go to that. Okay, people, it has left such an impression on me. The door flies open and they're like, you have to get out of your room. You have to go to the muster station. Ever since then, it is the first order of business. I go immediately to my muster station, check in. And guys, it's so much easier than it used to be because, you do most of it on your phone, on your app. And then you just check in and they scan your phone. Back in the day, we used to have to go to our room from wherever you were. They shut everything down and it forced everybody to go get their life jackets and report. And you used to have to stand outside on a deck. It was hot. It was in the sun. And then you would, when it was over, after everyone checked in, they would, open everything back up and you would take your life jackets back to the room. Well, one episode of doing that with my sister, we were taking everybody's life jackets back so that they could continue doing whatever they were doing after the muster drill was over. And we wound up in some kind of Tasmanian whirlwind where security was trying to subdue a gentleman who had become intoxicated. And remember, we just finished the lifeboat drill. We haven't even left. And we were caught in the middle, and it was like this, all I kept seeing was like this whole Tasmanian whirlwind. We were caught in it. Security was trying to suppress him. And guys, do your muster drill. Don't get intoxicated. Have a good time. Okay, so all of that being said, some upcoming and good news, Carnival is on their redemption tour. That's right. They have come out with a bundle package for all of your 2026 cruises. So if you don't have anything on the books, you might want to book it based on these new bundle packages. And I do want to tell you exactly what you get in these packages. The two packages are called the Essentials Value Package and the Ultimate Value Package. And I'm going to read from their website so I don't miss anything. Okay, the Essentials Value Package is $50 per person per day. And in that, you get the Cheers Zero Proof, which is their drink package, which includes no alcoholic beverages, but everything else. You get a value Wi-Fi plan. You get a $50 discount on shore excursion that you book pre-cruise. You get a $25 discount on specialty dining booked pre-cruise. That's pretty awesome. I mean, these are things you're probably going to buy anyway, so why not get them in the bundle? Now, this is a limited time offer, so you do have to book it before December 18th, okay? Now, the best deal is their Ultimate Value Package. You get, and this is for $90 a day per person. You get the Cheers package. It includes everything: alcoholic, non-alcoholic, coffee, beer, wine, everything. Smoothies, whatever they have to offer. You get the premium Wi-Fi plan. So you could do streaming if you needed to do streaming. You get a $50 discount on shore excursions booked pre-cruise. Also pre-cruise booking, specialty dining. You get a $25 discount. On spa treatments and on photo packages booked before your cruise, you get 50% off. Now, these are some of the things that you're going to get anyway. And if you know the drink package prices, that could be over $100 a day per person for the alcohol package. And it doesn't include anything. So putting this all together is really an awesome value. I'm seeing a lot more of this. I mean, NCL really was the one who had the more at sea, free at sea, where they started bundling things together. Virgin bundled your drinks and your gratuities together. Royal Caribbean has even been bundling their drink package for the entire cruise with the day pass to their new Royal Beach Club. So, when you start seeing what these things cost individually and you're probably going to buy them anyway, why not bundle, right? Comment down below. Let me know if these bundles have redirected you back to Carnival after the whole summer debacle with the rewards program. I'm really curious if this has changed your mind and perhaps made you book a cruise with Carnival or Royal or any of the cruise lines that are packaging. Even Princess has Princess Plus, where you get all the things that you would be buying anyway. And some of these even include gratuities. So check it out. Let me know what you're finding out there. I'm really curious to see what that looks like to you. On the note of streaming, we do have a disgruntled passenger reaching out to John Heald, the ambassador for Carnival Cruise Line. Poor John. I mean, this guy deserves a medal for some of the crazy things he has to deal with. And the latest is a cruise passenger who is upset, who is going on the Carnival Panorama, and they are upset because they are not going to show the last few episodes of Stranger Things over the Christmas holiday. I get it, but you could stream it, buy the Wi-Fi package, or, get a bundle. This poor man, I mean, he can't control what they're going to show on the big screen, but I'm sure he handled it diplomatically. So, just food for thought. And also, we have some good news from MSC. So, new from MSC, they are slated to build 15 new ships in the next 15 years. That's pretty awesome. And 4 have already been contracted through Meyer Wharf Turku. And here are some of the stats. I want to read it to you so I get it precise. They will be 180,000 gross tons. They will carry 5,400 passengers. They will be comparable to the XL class of Carnival, but will be bigger than the largest Royal Caribbean ship currently out, which is Star of the Seas. They will be more related to the Quantum class of Royal Caribbean. So, wow, that's pretty awesome. Can't wait to see what that looks like from MSC. MSC is really gearing towards having a presence in the United States, and I look forward to seeing how that plays out. Would you be interested in a new MSC ship coming out in 2030? And what do you like about these upcoming? Would you be interested in booking a trip on one of these MSC cruises coming up? Well, if you have been on MSC before, I would love to know your thoughts on it in comments. And just curious, it's one of the lines I haven't been on, but I do have some things slated coming up that I can't wait to share with you. In exciting news, Royal Caribbean had their ribbon cutting for the Royal Beach Club opening in Nassau, Bahamas. And guys, I will be there, not for the opening, but shortly thereafter. And I cannot wait to share that with you. And I look forward to seeing you on deck. Bye, 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 bye.